Hello and welcome to Nikolai's genetics lessons, and today's problem is which of the following best describes the parents in a test cross, and you have to choose one of these answers. So here's my explanation. Imagine that this is one chromosome, let's say chromosome number 1. We have 23 pairs of chromosomes, and here's another homologous chromosome. One we got from the mother side, another from the father side. And these chromosomes, those being both chromosome number 1, it can be chromosome number 2, it doesn't matter. These chromosomes are not identical. At the same locus, for example, say locus A, one chromosome may have dominant allele and another may have recessive allele. So if we have two alleles in a gene pool for the same locus, we can get following combinations: capital A, or capital A, or small a, small a. Now let's imagine that this locus here specify eye color, and dominant allele would specify brown color, and recessive allele would specify blue color. And people who are whether homozygous dominant or heterozygous would have brown eyes. Both homozygous dominant and heterozygous genotype would specify brown color, and homozygous recessive would specify blue color. Now imagine that we have certain person with brown eyes, but we don't know whether he is homozygous dominant or heterozygous. So what have to be a test cross so we would know for sure what kind of genotype this person has. If, for example, this is going to be homozygous dominant person, and if we cross with another homozygous dominant person, we are not going to find anything. If it's going to be a heterozygous person and we cross with another homozygous dominant person, we also is not going to find anything. And if it is going to be, let's say, heterozygous person and we cross with another heterozygous person, in this case, some of the progeny are going to have blue eyes. But again, we only know phenotype of the parents, but we don't know the genotype. So how we can be sure that parent 1 is heterozygous and parent 2 is also heterozygous? So the only predictable way to tell the genotype of the parent of the known phenotype would be to cross with also known phenotype. So for example, we don't know genotype, so it can be capital A and blank space. It can be whether homozygous dominant or heterozygous. We have to cross with known phenotype and genotype, and this is going to be small a, small a. So this is going to be known both genotype and phenotype. And in this case, in the progeny, if parent 1 is going to be homozygous dominant, we expect that all the progeny are going to be heterozygous and would have brown eyes. And if parent 1 is heterozygous and we cross with homozygous recessive, 50% of the progeny are going to have brown eyes and 50% of the progeny are going to have blue eyes. So now we can specify a test cross is when we take unknown genotype but known phenotype and cross it with known both phenotype and genotype. This is what we call a test cross, and we can expect certain results which will tell us whether parent 1 of unknown genotype, homozygous dominant or heterozygous for this locus. So as you see, the correct answer is going to be answer A. One individual has the dominant phenotype and the other has the recessive phenotype. And this is all for today. Thank you for your attention. Please subscribe for my new videos that I post almost every day, and see you in the next video. Goodbye.